What's going on, guys, and welcome back to the channel. I know it's been a while since I uploaded anything. Last week my son came early, so he is born. He's here now, so I'm gonna try to upload as much stuff as I can during the week, but with me working during the day and then I stay up at night with him. Well, I take care of him at night. It's kind of hard for me to record and well, get you guys content and, you know, take care of a newborn. As you guys can tell from the intro video, the car runs. I have been driving it. I've tuned it. The car is on 7 pounds. It runs and drives phenomenal. Like, you can't even tell the car is swapped. It doesn't creak. It doesn't make any noise. It drives like a stock G35 would. I can't even tell that it has an LS motor in it, besides the, you know, the side exit exhaust, which is kind of loud on the outside, but on the inside with the windows up you really can't hear it. The car does get a lot of attention. People love this car. Riding around town, they're like, what the hell is that? And I mean, you got a G35. It's the only G35 around town on 275s and a 15-inch tire on the back. So right now with the 15-inch tire, what's going on is, as you can see, I'm eating into my tire. I need to get the fenders rolled, which I plan on doing today. I'm gonna go meet a guy and he's gonna roll the fenders for me, and well, the rear quarters, because those are the only ones that are hitting. The fronts are fine. And I still do need to source a set of stock springs for the rear. So before I take it to the track, I'm gonna try to do that, and I'm gonna see the difference in gearing between the 26s that I have, the 26-inch slicks, and these 28s that I have. And I'm gonna make a decision on whether or not I'm gonna run 26s for this season or 28s. All right, so what I plan on doing with the car today is I bought a catch can on Amazon for like 54 bucks. It's a nice unit, actually. It's baffled and everything, and it comes with a drain. It's pretty decent size. So what's been going on is when I get into boost, it's throwing a lot of crankcase pressure through this little hole right here. I had it blocked off, but when I hit boost the first time, it flew out, so I knew it was going to be a problem after that. And it's pushing some out of this one. So what I plan on doing is I'm either going to cut this nipple off and put a 10 AM fitting here, or I'm going to put it here. But I really want to put it here because it's at the top, away from the valve train. I know the valve train is going to push a lot of pressure, but I might just put it here and just baffle it the same way I plan on baffling this one, so it doesn't just continuously throw oil out, and it is just throwing oil vapor out. I need to move this pipe back some because right now it's eating into my the alternator is eating into the charge pipe. I probably won't have time to do that today because I have an appointment at like 11. So I'm going to try to get the valve covers done before I go to the appointment. And also, as y'all know, I have a Gen 353 in here, and it's not really the strongest when it comes to like rods. And with this car on 7 pounds, it's a fucking slug. So I do want to put it on like 15. Everybody that I've seen that are on 5.3s that make about 650, 700, they're on like 15 pounds. But I know my torque is going to be an issue, and I'm not by no means some expert tuner. So I'm just trying to feel this stuff out for myself, so it's a learning curve for me. So this motor I use just to learn how to put the swap in the car, tune it, get it running right. And what I found is a Gen 4 5.3, and they have the strongest rods. As far, well, Gen 4 motors have stronger rods than Gen 3s, and they can support up to 1,000 horsepower on just a stock rotating assembly. So I plan on getting that this weekend, and maybe sometime between next week and the week after, swapping that motor for this one. I already bought all the DOD delete stuff, and because it is a DOD motor, and I'm gonna take the melling oil pump that I have on this one, or I'm gonna get an LSA oil pump because they say the LSA oil pump outflows the melling, and I'm gonna go ahead and put it in this car. And while I'm doing that, I'm gonna go ahead and get the drive shaft balanced too. So I'm pretty happy with the setup that I have right now. The car pulls phenomenally on 7 pounds, but I don't know, it's because I'm used to stuff being dramatic with front wheel drive. that it just feels slow, or maybe because the car is heavy, because I know the car is heavy, you can feel the weight in it, but I just know it needs more power. So that's my plan for the car right now. And then after that, I might do some ported heads or something like that. I don't know. Oh, and I'm also going to take the blower cam out of this motor. Oh, actually, I'm going to put a BTR stage 4 truck cam in the other motor that I'm getting from my friend Travis this weekend also. So all in all, I'm going to spend like another $1,000 and I can make 1,000 horsepower. And this turbo setup and everything that I have can support it. So I'll make sure that I try to get enough content for you guys so you can see you know, how I did the swap, and you know, me going back through it and everything like that. I'm also having a problem with my alternator not charging past like 13 volts sometimes. Like when I turn the fan on, it'll jump down 0.7 volts from 13.7 to like 13.0, and then when I turn the headlights on, it'll go to like 12.9. So I need to figure out that. And when I'm in boost, it drops fuel pressure like 10 psi, even though it's supposed to be a rising rate fuel pressure regulator. So I need to figure out why it's doing that also. I know with me having this fitting right here open, I'm losing boost, so the car can theoretically probably be on 10 pounds, but it's probably pushing 3 pounds of air through there, and it's probably losing like a pound through that. So it's probably on true 11 pounds if I seal up the boost leaks. But I mean, for me to just figure out how to get the car to go on the boost, because I've never tuned the car like fully by myself, and I've just been figuring it out. I did ask one of my friends for a tip on how much timing is supposed to be in the car on 7 pounds, because that's what I've logged. And I've just been basically doing a pull to a certain RPM, and then if the car leans out before that certain RPM, then I'll get out of it. I'll log it while I'm doing the pull, and then I'll pull over somewhere in a parking lot, and then I'll go through the log and the map, and then I'll adjust fuel and timing, and then I'll go back and I'll do a pull, and if it cleans up and the air fuels are where I want it to be, then I'll do a pull to the next 1,000 RPM or wherever, until I get either an ignition breakup or fuel like it's getting super rich. So the partial throttle I had to figure out, took me a couple days to figure it out, because the 80-pound injectors that I had in here, they got stuck open one day, and it left me stranded at Nick's house. So I brought the 210s that I thought were fake, that I bought on eBay, and I brought them to his house. I put it in the car idled fine. It ran better with the 210s than it did with the 80 pounds. And people say they have a hard time idling this car. Well, idling LS motors on 210s on 93, because there's such a big injector and the pulse width is really low when it comes to trying to get it to idle down low. But these injectors, they idle great. I really don't have any issue with them. So I want to put the car on E85 when I do turn it up, because I want to put on like 22 pounds and see what it'll make. So when I start to get past like 15 pounds, I put it on E85, I'm sorry, and we're just gonna send it. So I'm getting that motor for cheap anyway. It's a short block for like $650, which I consider cheap for a Gen 4 motor. Because people want like $1,500 for like a long block because they want a tax. So that guy's willing to work with me on the price. He posted it for $750. I told him I got $650. He was like, all right, he'll take it. So I'm gonna get you guys some content of me, you know, welding this stuff up and whatnot. Hopefully I got welding gas, because I think I left the gas on like for like the last 2 days. All right. All right, guys, so I got one side on, and I just used a straight 10 AN, and I ran it to the can. The other side I'm about to put on, I just need to clean the valve cover out some, and this is the baffle that I made. I know it's not the best, but it'll work. It'll keep it from sloshing a lot of oil inside the line into the catch can. And that side was already baffled because this is already a PVC spot for stock location. So all I'm gonna do is put clean this out, put the valve cover gasket back on and the oil cap, and then put it back on and run the line for this side, and then that'll be about it. And then I'm gonna go and wash the engine bay off. And I also figured out why the alternator is not charging. So this line I made very long, and it was hanging on the header, and it's been burning up right here, so you really can't see it. Oh, yeah, it's been burning up. So it's been restricting the voltage. So I have another wire right here, and it's I think it's about a 4 gauge wire, and yeah, it's 4 gauge, and I had it on my Integra, and it was for my sub, and I put a longer wire in there. So I'm just gonna run that in here, and then run it to the battery, and that should solve my voltage issue that I'm having with the car. All right, guys, so that wire was the voltage issue. Right now it's idling at 14.2. Before it only idled at like 13.0. So that goes to tell you that wire, I found a corrosion in the wire. But yeah, it's running good. So yeah, now we figured out the whole voltage issue. Car runs a whole lot better. I know I'm gonna have to retune it, just slightly, because it is in another parameter of the battery offset, so it is commanding the ECU. Well, the car wants more fuel at idle, and it wanted a little bit more fuel throughout the whole map. So I started to edit the video, and I realized I didn't make an outro, but basically I got the quarter panels rolled, and it's no longer touching anymore. I'm out here in Charlotte now, and I'm going to pick up a BTR Stage 4 truck cam, which is pretty good for a street turbo car, and I'm going to pick up a Gen 453 on Sunday. I just dropped off Stumpy's other car here. It's been at my house for a couple of weeks now. I'm gonna go ahead and pick up the cam right now, and I'll include that in another video. I'm gonna make the whole rebuild into, I guess, a couple episodes, and show you guys everything that I've got for the car so far when I do get back to Fayetteville. Thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. Like, share, subscribe, and have a good day.